All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome. This is our special board meeting of November 18, 2019. It's approximately 5:05. So let's get this meeting started with A1. This will be called to order.
Trustees present are Trustee Ciro Calderon, Trustee Alvarado, Trustee Romero, and Trustee Castillo, with Trustee Lorenzo Calderon Jr. absent. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Item A2, Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd all stand, please. Right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. This time we'll move on to item B, and this will be comments from the public. The board will take any and all comments from the public related to the sole items on the agenda. No comments? Thank you. We'll move on to item C, and this will be our announcement of convening into closed session. The board will now convene. Into open session. This will be item F, announcement of actions taken in closed session. Nothing to report at this time. Is that correct? Oh. And for the record, yeah, Mr. Lorenzo Calderon arriving to our board meeting at 5:05? There you go. All right. Great. Item G, discussion and possible action or direction. G1, selection process for legal and consulting services.
So, good evening, trustees. The last board meeting, the board gave direction to go out to get RFPs for legal services. So we did put it out, and we did receive 4 legal firms that responded. The 4 firms, you do have the RFPs in front of you. One of them was Ayler, Atkinson, Andelson, Lloyd, Rude, and Romo. A second one was Fagan, Friedman, and Fullfrost. A third one was Lozano Smith, and a fourth one, Parker and Covert. And so what we want to discuss with the board is the direction that we're looking for as far as the process. And so what we would like to recommend is that we evaluate these 4 firms. We did also give you an evaluation rubric, an evaluation sheet. There's 11 different items that we would basically be evaluating. What we would like to do then is pick the top 3, unless the board wants to hear all 4. We would then hold a special board meeting where we would have the board interview the 3 or 4 firms, and then the board can make a selection at that point of which firm the board wants to be represented by. So that is our recommendation, just up for discussion to see if the board is okay with that recommendation.
Any discussion or comments?
So if we decide to, we choose to see all 4?
That's
we would have
perfectly
to-
fine, absolutely.
I mean, if it's, I mean, yes.
If
I would
that's,
say, my recommendation is that we review all 4.
okay,
I mean, it's only one more than,
correct.
so.
Sounds good.
Other
I don't know how
other
you-
comments? No? Others are in agreement with all 4?
Yes.
Any other discussion on this item? Then I think, Mr. Gonzalez, you've got some direction.
Perfect.
Right.
Thank you.
The board will interview all 4. Moving on, item H, this would be action items. Consideration and action approval of the following items. We'll begin with item H1, action upon recommendation of student discipline case number 192001. No show. So,
That was a no-show?
can we state who? Yes. The first 3 were no shows.
Okay.
Is there a motion to accept this
I
recommendation?
will accept the recommendation.
I'll second.
There's a motion by Mr. Romero, second by Mr. Alvarado, to accept the recommendation of student discipline in 192001. Any other discussion? Well, no, there's no. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Move on to item H2. This is action upon recommendation of student discipline case number 192002.
So moved.
So motion by Mr.
Second.
Alvarado, second by Mr. Romero. Any other? Let's go for it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Move on to item H3, is action item upon recommendation of student discipline, case number 192003.
So moved.
So motion by Mr. Alvarado,
Second.
second by Mr. Romero. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Item H4, action upon recommendation of student discipline, case number 192004.
Now, we had a change in
Not
what,
this one.
not this one?
No.
I move we accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
So motion by Mr. Romero, second by Mr. Alvarado. This is the female.
These were the first ones?
The second one. Female.
Oh,
Second.
which ones? Well,
Yeah.
There,
So first and the second. Okay. Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Item H5, action upon recommendation of student discipline, case number 192005.
Okay, I move that we accept staff's recommendation with the change in the counseling service for the parents.
Okay. There's a motion by Mr. Romero to accept the recommendation
second.
with a modification on counseling services for the parent. And there's second by Mr. Lencho Calderon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 5-0. We'll move on to item I. This is our adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Mr. Alvarado, second by Mr. Lorenzo Calderon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned, 7:06. Thank you.